said you couldn't trust the words and the teachings from the scriptures of one Diego Pavia? Because so far, Baba Yaga has delivered on every promise for Vanderbilt in 2025. Let's just run down the list. Best season in program history, college football playoff contender, running the state of Tennessee, Heisman finalist, and leaving the program in a better place. 4 of those have been accomplished, and the 5th one you can cross on off as now he leaves Nashville in a better place because Jared Curtis is saying, see you later to Georgia. I'm staying close to home to play for the Dores. The #1 quarterback in the country has flipped his commitment. Let's break it all down. Welcome on into SEC Unfiltered. It's Cole Thompson here. Like the video, hit the ring notification. Dores Nation, make sure that you are subscribed because we're talking about Vandy. We're talking about the college football playoff every single day. Download the podcast version of the show wherever you get your podcast listening systems and check out all of our great work found at secunfiltered.com. And as always, we are proudly fueled by our friends at FANDUEL. Go visit FANDUEL.com/SECU. Check out that way too early win total for the Dores in 2026. Lay down $5, win $300 in bonus bets when you play your first bet. Sign up today, FANDUEL.com/SECU. Massive commitment for Vanderbilt to land Jared Curtis. #3 player in the country, #1 quarterback right in the state of Tennessee, in Nashville Christian. Best quarterback prospect that you've seen come through since Jay Cutler. This is big. This is tremendous. And there's a lot of things that go behind it. Let's just talk about Jared Curtis in general. There are so many things that you can like about his game. His footwork, his arm strength, his ability to connect downfield, decision-making. He's also got some mobility factor to him. He plays a lot like Diego Pavia. So you're getting a guy that is going to come on in and compete for a starting job right away and maybe win the job outright to keep the program trending in the right direction for an offense that seems to work in his favor. Automatically, that is a massive win. Now, there have been rumors and speculation that he was going to commit to Vanderbilt for a while, but it really started to pick up some steam right around the time that Vanderbilt garnered national attention when they faced off against Missouri earlier and there was college game day there. You heard Nate Bargatze come on and say, we got to keep Jared Curtis home. And you heard that Diego Pavia making a ploy and countless others around the program making a ploy. And it just felt like to be wanted in that capacity, knowing that you're staying close to your family that can come watch you on weekends, knowing that you're going to be able to compete for a starting job right away, which I think is a very big deal for a guy like Jared Curtis, who's won back-to-back state titles if he wins this upcoming weekend, and also has been able to never sit behind the bench, was dire. It's going to help him on out. It was a very easy ploy to look at what Vanderbilt is, what direction Vanderbilt is going, and how you believe this is going to end up keeping them in the right direction. And you are going to be the key factor in it. So landing Jared Curtis, a quarterback that you know is going to be able to add more validity and probably also a little bit more respect to the program's name, was a must-get. And now it feels like you can continue to work toward early signing period on Wednesday to flip a few more commits and build up your recruiting class for the long haul in 2026. Just massive in that standpoint. But here's what this really says about landing Jared Curtis, and this is more so on Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has its ducks in order. For a while, we have talked about Vanderbilt as a team that it is almost impossible to win at consistently, largely because of what you have in other SEC programs, whether it be the NIL packages, whether it be the recruiting aspect, whether it be the inability to have a private institution go toe-to-toe with most teams. But you have to be able to remind yourself the best place to start is by landing your coach. Whenever you have a good foundation that is set from the very top, you know that it's going to trickle on down all the way to the workout room, all the way to the water boys, all the way to the training staff. Everyone has got to be on the same page. And this is where you got to give a lot of credit to Candace Story. This is where you got to give a lot of credit to the Chancellor of Vanderbilt. They saw how important Clark Lee was to this team, what he meant to the program, being a former Vanderbilt player, talking about it consistently. I want to turn the Commodores into a team that is not only sustainable, but we are winning at the highest level. We are competing for SEC championships. We are competing for national titles. Just having a fun season with Diego Pavia on helm is great for us. Beating the #1 team in the country, it's a cool story. That's just the start. That's the first chapter. We want to write a 3,000-page book like the Iliad that you're going to have to go ahead and never fall asleep to, but be constantly turning to the next page, wanting to find out what is the story of the Clark Lee era. That's what you had. And credit where credit's due. The university said, we know we can't replace this guy's aura. We can't replace this guy's persona. We can't replace who he is as a person. And so we're going to sign him to a long-term deal. Once the long-term deal was locked on in place, you were able to go ahead and prove that you were having your NIL ducks in order. You were making a big-time ploy to go ahead and turn towards recruiting as a main asset. Jared Curtis saw that and said, you know what? He's here for the long haul. I'm here for the long haul. And we don't know if that happens without Diego Pavia. So again, this goes right back to who Pavia is. The man was able to transform Vanderbilt from a team that was always known as a bottom dweller. People scoffed at the idea of Vanderbilt having a fun time. Remember that one time that you saw the player go, Alabama, you're next? And Jalen Hurts looked in the camera and said, yeah, Alabama was next. And what proceeded to happen was the blowout of a lifetime in Nashville. Well, now you bring in a kid from New Mexico Institute, New Mexico State, kills it at the Conference USA level, changes the identity along with Tim Beck and Jerry Kill, beats the number one team in the country, and stares into the camera this summer and says, no, we're going to be good. We're going to compete for a college football playoff. And you got Paul Feinbaum. You got Busted with the Boys laughing at him saying, oh, you're going to run the state of Tennessee. Oh, you're going to go ahead and be in the college football playoff. And he just looks back and goes, all right, bet. Watch what happens. Without Diego Pavia, his impact, the way that he conducted himself, and the way that he demanded excellence from his teammates, Vanderbilt would not be in this position. Clark Lee would not be in this position to where it feels as if not only is he a rising coach, Vanderbilt's a rising program. And I can tell you what, with a bunch of changes coming towards college football and the coaching carousel, finding a coach that is very much in love with a program the way that Clark Lee is with Vanderbilt, it shows you that there is continuity there. You're never going to have to wonder about another job poaching a guy whenever things are good in a city like Nashville. Now you got to go ahead and update your facilities. You got to go build a new workout complex. You got to be able to go ahead and build with the nutrition system. All little things that all started because a booster saw a vision with a quarterback from New Mexico who was way off to the wayside from all other schools in the SEC, and you took a chance on him. And he delivered on his promise. So Jared Curtis is now picking up the pieces that were put in place by Diego Pavia and leading the program in the right direction. And he's not going to be alone. I can tell you this right now. After last season where he threw for over 40 touchdowns and 2,800 yards, this season in 5 games, over 1,000 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns. Elite arm strength, creative playmaking, the ability to make throws across the middle of the field. That's a selling point. That is your golden goose opportunity for everyone else to look at Vandy and say, you know what? I need to go ahead and consider them. There's going to be players that are looking at ACC schools, Big 12 schools, even some SEC schools. And now knowing that you got the number one player in the country, that changes a lot of decision-making. Hey, I can go play at this one school and, maybe I'll find my way onto the roster and maybe I'll be able to build myself up as a great next coming name and represent this university. Or I can go play with Jared Curtis. I can go play with this kid who I know is going to be everything and anything that you could want a quarterback. And he's going to make me better. And I'm going to make him better. And together we're going to make this program better. It's so easy. It's like a moth to a flame. Jared Curtis is the flame. Now you got to go ahead and let everybody come on in. They're going to look at Nashville as a primetime destination. Go out on Broadway. Get to hang out with people like Diego Pavia and company. Rising market in the industry. It's still in the Southeastern Conference. I get to play big boy football. I get to be a reason why the culture here is sustainable 20 to 30 years down the line, and we're talking about the Dores as being a national title contender. That's what we get to see with a guy like Jared Curtis coming on in. Because if he is going to change the way that recruiting is done, players are going to say they want to go ahead and strap it on up and catch footballs from him for 6 points. There are going to be offensive linemen who will say, I want to be blocking for a guy like Jared Curtis because you want to know what? That kid's special. If I get to make him special, he's making me look special. All it takes is one domino to fall, and you land a premier player. So Jared Curtis, he's headed to Nashville. Or better yet, staying at home in Nashville. And it's all because of the continuity that was founded by one Vanderbilt football program. Who knew all you needed was a trash-talking loudmouth from New Mexico to go ahead and bring Vanderbilt to a new era of anchor-down football? But that's what you got. Let's see what you can do with it. Before we get on out of here, let me tell you about my friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel.com/SECU is the number one place to sign on up. Get $300 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Could be on the Heisman odds for Diego Pavia. I took that ploy a little bit over 2 months ago. Could be on the win total for 2026 with the Dores. I'm probably going to hit the over with Jared Curtis now playing QB1. Whatever it is, the NBA, the NHL, MLB future bets, NCAA, player props, parlays, same player pubs, whatever tickles your fancy, FanDuel.com has got you covered. Sign up today. FANDUEL.com/SECU. Until next time, folks, I am Cole Thompson. Early signing period is underway. It's Flipmas in December, and we got one door staying close and anchoring down at First Bank Stadium. Say thank you to Diego Pavia, Commodore Nation. He did more than just laying at Jared Curtis. Peace.